Hello fellow Rangers, welcome back. As you can see, we got this here, so that means only one thing. Hit the intro! Hello fellow Rangers, yes, we are back. Finally starting the Folland Gnat, our newest build series. It's pretty much, it is going to be a very interesting build series, I think, because I've never done the Folland Gnat before. Well, I've done jet aircraft before, but I haven't done anything anywhere near to the Folland Gnat. It is a very interesting aircraft. It was essentially what was replaced by the... One moment, I shall just get it now. I should have got this before I started, but hey ho. Oh, the Folland Gnat was replaced by everyone's known aircraft, which is the Hawker Sifley Hawk. So, right, let's get on with it. Because this was essentially the first Red Arrow aircraft. Fortunately, I have found out a lot about this aircraft and its sad, tragic history. It's our particular one, not just the aircraft type in general. Or as you're well aware by now, if you have seen any of the videos in the past. But anyway, let's get on with it. Right, fellow Rangers, unfortunately I've lost one of the control yokes, but it's that small. I don't think it's going to really matter as much because you're not going to see it with the canopy all over the aircraft when it's finished. Right, onto the actual the pilot seat in general. or the tutor, as it probably would be. Right, let's see, we need B10 and so on. I hope everyone's doing well. Oh, because the fact that it is beginning of winter, so everyone please try to keep it as warm as possible, because it is easy to catch a cold or something like that. I should know I have caught a cold, so if you see little stops in the videos because I've had like a little coughing fit or something. Right. Right, it's B10 we want. B10. Ah. Typical. I was looking for it and there it is. Just put there right in front of me. Essentially, right. So let's cut him off. The sprue. And that's not the only thing we need our B sprue for. We need B25, B22. So that's B25 here. And B22 there is literally next to each other. Right. I have been looking forward to building the Folland net since I bought it. And I am glad that everyone voted for the Folland net. As it's an aircraft that people don't know much about, and essentially that's it more interesting to me because not just because content purposes, it's because the fact that you're helping another aircraft essentially you get known again. Right, so that goes there. Hopefully the editor has put something light in the background so that between my breathing so it's not like a solid, just quiet as heck. There is a watt slide transfer for this piece as well, which will go there. Which I'll just double check now. Let that dry a minute. Right, let's see. Where are you, watt slides? Right, there you are. Yes, it is. There's 2 instrument panel ones, and we want number 2 for that one, and that's this one here. So what we will do is, because we bound and want both of the instrument panel ones, we will get our trusty nail scissors, as we always do on the channel. Cut them out. And get them ready. And we want number 2 for our first one. And I'm just going to get them ready so that before it all goes together and we start painting it, then it's ready to go. Right. Next thing we want to do is attach this piece to the next. We'll go back to speeding up the footage, as I don't think you want to be listening to me all night, all day, or it depends on what time you're watching this video. apologies about the focus, my fellow Rangers, but for some reason my mobile is essentially not wanting the focus. But that is essentially our 2 pilot seats. It's while we let that dry before we start actually doing any painting, we will start part number 7 and on to here, which shows we start doing actual stuff to the fuselage. So we'll get on with that now. Right, after a couple of attempts again, it's right. And I have now got in the right position. A little bit of extra glue, just a piece of mind's sake. And then we got the other piece, but the other side. Right. I will be, before I start painting the actual cockpit, I will be Googling some of the Folland Gnat's cockpit images to have a look, see what colours they actually was, so that I can get accurate to the closest I can. Right. There we are. I'm guessing that's essentially the area where the undercarriage would go into. But because we're not putting the undercarriage down, that essentially needs to be different. But we will move on to the next page once we've painted our cockpit up. Right, fellow Rangers, now we've got the pilot seats dry, fully dried now. We can now move on with the rest of the paint. We can start essentially painting. And from what I've seen, this colour is similar to what the cockpit is in, and some of it is in black as well. Also, hence the reason why I got the black out. Right. But first, of course, mix the paint. Essentially, it's not that far off for being the right colour anyway, but we'll do it anyway so that I know in myself that it's been done correctly. Right, that's those parts done. They won't need another coat. So what we will do now is we will get the pilot seats done, because pretty much what it is, of course, these panels there, they're black. We will get onto them in a moment. But we will move on to the seats as well. I hope everyone's doing well at the moment. Keep in doing what you're doing, what you enjoy doing. I'd like to see what you all get up to when in your spare time. So if any of you do watch this far, I'd like to hear from you all and see in the comments section below what is your hobbies. As you can tell, mine is what I'm doing now. One of them, of my many hobbies. I got quite a lot of hobbies, but it keeps me out of trouble, keeps my mind active. So I'd like to see what everyone out there does to keep their minds active. And do bear in mind, please keep it clean. The channel is for everyone, not just adults. Right, I'll just do the tiny black bits now that I've got on here. Don't worry, if you can hear that noise in the background, it's not some sort of bomb or anything like that. It's just the fridge freezer's decided to make its presence known. Don't want it looking too good, because essentially it won't look like it's been used or whatnot. Besides, you won't see much of this when it's in. Whoop, yeah, that's my foot again. Right. I will clean the brushes and then I will get back with you. Right, fellow angels, as we're waiting for the cockpit to dry and whatnot, we will get on with one or two little things first while we're waiting. And what we can do next is the wings. So we will get on with that now. Right, that's parts for the drop tanks nearly all gotten. We may as well get that done as well while we're waiting for the paint to dry. It'll take a couple of moments for you, the viewer, for it to be dry and ready to go. For me, I'm going to give it a little bit longer than that. That's so that I don't have to worry about paint coming off, and I can get it ready for the water slide transfers, because there's two that go on in the cabin. Right, let's get on with what we're doing. Right, fellow Rangers, we now got our drop tank, one of our drop tanks done. I'm using the glue bottle a minute so to help me see where the actual focus is, because it's not focusing on the small parts at the moment. But yeah, that's what that is. So pretty much, they can be pretty much essentially ready for paint, which is pretty bob on. Now we've had some significant amount of time now for our pilot seats to dry. One last thing we gotta do now before we move on to the actual fitting it to the fuselage is fit the instrument panel water slide. So I don't know. Right, hopefully that'll pick it up. It may not, because they are quite small. I almost did then. Let's see. Come on, a little bit more. Well, anyway, it's, you know what it is. It's the instrument panel for our Folland Gnat. Right, let's put our water slides into the bowl of water. And now we wait. Right, fellow Rangers, that's the two water slides on the actual pilot seats. Unfortunately, it's that small, my phone won't pick up the detail well enough. Right, time to assemble the fuselage. To make life easier, we will get the fuselage off the sprue. Don't worry, I will move on to fast forward in a moment. Actually, let's do it now. Right, fellow ancients, now as we have cleaned up both parts of the fuselage, now only time is to do is essentially get our fuselage, get our cockpit, which is so, roughly get an idea where it needs to go. Right, okay, so that goes there. Like so, and let's see, that's a clever way of incorporating the nose wheel in with the cockpit, so essentially you don't have to add it. I'm not going to go too mad on its cockpit simply because you won't see it. Once the canopy's over it after it's all been painted, it's not going to be seen. I know I've done the painting of the actual cockpit regarding the seats, but I thought, why not? It would be wrong not to, unless we know it's done. And now it is time to do what every one does, is one probably put too much glue on the certain parts and then assemble our fuselage. We have skipped the gun a little bit regarding this build because obviously I've done the wings as I was waiting for the actual pilot seats to dry. So that's literally already done. In which, as soon as I area, as you can see, that's already done. And because it's not too small of an item, it'll actually pick up on the camera on my phone relatively easily. Right, we will use the old style. Oh God, and Bennett. That clove peg number 1 and clove peg number 2, and we will give that time to dry it for it to be essentially ready. And I've just noticed something on part of the fuselage isn't where it should be, so I'm going to make sure that gets put right, because and that's flown somewhere, so I'll be right back with you. Right now, as that has been sorted and our fuselage is drying, we can move on to part where the stand would go. We actually do have stands, so that one is for when it's down, and that is if you're having it with the undercarriage down. Because we're having the undercarriage up, we gotta have the one that's with the undercarriage up. So, right. Because essentially there is differences, but this is the one with the undercarriage up. You can see little knocks out of it, and then this is the one that is with the undercarriage. That's up, that's down. And conveniently, there is 2 spots on here, which probably won't pick up. You just about see them. 2 spots on here where you can get stands with 2 prongs on them, but the stands I got have not got those prongs. Yes, the stands I've got is this. Very good little stands, fair play. Right, time to remove it from its mini little sprue. So that we can prepare it to go as our display stand. That's one piece. Just getting the excess off it so that it looks smarter than what it would do. Right. Time to make a mark on our stand, because even pretty much what we will be doing is be putting it like that, and so making the hole so it'll go first. So we'll move on to time lapse to get on with it. Right, fellow ranchers, we've now got our stand on. I know I didn't really need to put some glue on the stand, just to keep it in, but for my peace of mind, that's what I'm doing. And, right. Once we get this piece in, that's essentially the lower part of the fuselage done. Well, for now. And there we go. Once with a little drop of paint on that, that should look perfect. It's yes, pretty much that'll go into our stand. Once, no, that's not it. There we are. Our stand. I got too many bases that didn't sadly work out. So right, move that out of the way. At the moment, it's looking not too bad actually. Obviously, there is going to be more parts going on to it, such as the wings in a moment. And we've already got the drop tanks on the wings, and so literally that bit is already ready to go, as we've seen in an earlier part. It's going to be easier to paint them on the aircraft rather than off, which is the reverse. Normally it's easier to paint them off the aircraft and then on to the aircraft, but hey ho. Folland Gnat wants to make life a lot easier for me for a change, which is nice. I know it's a skill level of 1, but I'm not exactly the best builder in the world regarding model kits. I'm happy to admit that. Not proud of it, but happy to. Come on, baby, fit where you need to. Oh, a little bit needs to be actually shaved off from one bit, so we'll sort that out now. Right, that's him. I don't want to shave too much off because I don't want it to not look right. Right. There we are. I think that is... It's probably making me think it because it's... I see, right. So sticking up by there. Right, well, you'll join us now in a moment, fellow Rangers. Right, fellow Rangers, we've got the top wing to fit near enough as good as I can get it to do. It is essentially, before we start painting, there's only 2 more things that need to be done before, or 3 more, a couple more things I should say. And something tells me I should have put weights in his nose. Or... Perfect. There we are. Only couple of things that we need to do regarding our Folland Gnat before paint. I'm not fixing it into the sand just yet, simply because of the fact that it'll make life easier moving it around and regarding painting. Right. First, let's get back to fast mode, essentially, and get on with it. Right, fellow Rangers, as you can see, I've done 1 or 2 little bits onto our Folland Gnat since being off camera, that is. I fitted the canopy, this part of the nose, the undercarriage door, and pretty much 1 or 2 little nibs by here. Well, actually 2 little nibs, but you get the idea. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider putting a like on it, as that really is appreciated. And if it has made you think about considering subscribing to the channel, please do so, as that would also be amazing. It would be so much appreciated. But Anyway, till the next time, my fellow Rangers, we will get on with the painting and the water slides for the next episode. So, till the next time, my fellow Rangers, you take care. And for me and the lovely little Folland Gnat that we got here, we're signing out.